Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in esports. Today we have Starcraft 2, the CSL. This is set 3, the 2v2 matchup of the University of Waterloo versus CSU. At the top left we have laLalA as the red Zerg player. At the top right we have Eloquious as the orange Protoss player. They're going to be both playing for Waterloo. At the bottom right we have RipTide playing again as the blue Zerg, and at the bottom left we have FUO as the pink player. I believe this is on WarZone, not entirely sure what map it is. I'm not big on the 2v2 stuff, but it is going to be very, very interesting because we do have a mirror matchup. What it's going to come down to is really who puts on the most early pressure, in my opinion, because 2-2 is just a huge freaking cheese fest. So that's pretty much that. And I actually put up a forum thread about how I think 2v2 should be taken out of the CSL, but that's up for debate. Here we see a proxy going on for the Protoss player, but the Overlord for RipTide does see this, so he needs to make sure that they react accordingly. Double gate going down, and we see the early pool going down. Wow, that was like a 9 pool, or maybe a 6 pool for the Zerg player there. Not entirely sure what number pool that was, but that was absolutely ridiculous. Very, very early, so they're going to go for the early win, and that's a very, very good idea. The pool's not yet out for RipTide, although he's going to have a little bit more economy. If we look at the drone saturation, just a little bit better for RipTide, and this is why I don't like 2v2, is because it's all pretty much cheese. Gateway coming out for FUO, so they're going to be pretty much at even. We have another pylon going down, chrono boosting out Zealots, and the first Zerglings are out, so we're going to have to see how the CSU players are able to deal with this early pressure. FUO's probe just barely trying to get away from the Zerglings. Metabolic boost being researched by the red Zerg player, not being researched by RipTide, so that's going to be really, really interesting as these Zerglings are going to be able to reinforce much quicker for the red Zerg than the blue Zerg. Looks like he's trying to get a queen out. The Zergling's almost getting in the middle line, trying to put it back on the middles, and again trying to come into the middle line. Here we go. Here comes the engagement. There is a Zealot also in the mix. It looks like FUO not really reinforcing with anything. 2 Zealots in the mix. There is the queen. The queen could do some amount of damage, but it might go down. This is going to be very, very close. It looks like the queen does go down, unfortunately, so that's 150 minerals that he's losing there. But he's probably going to be able to hold off this attack. More Zerglings streaming in. Metabolic boost almost done for the red Zerg. We don't have metabolic boost being researched at all for RipTide, and this is looking just super grim for the CSU team here, unfortunately. But really just a great utilization of early pressure by the University of Waterloo on all 3 games. You know, I guess you could call it cheese, but a win is a win, and that's really all that matters. So I mean, there's a slim chance, very, very slim chance, that the CSU team could hold this off. Need to be careful not to get surrounded, though. Here comes a little bit of a Zealot engagement. There are still Zerglings at the bottom left going into the middle line. Just pretty much drone drilling there is the Protoss player. Oh, and the Zerglings surrounding with that metabolic boost just so quick, surrounding the Zealots. And this is going to pretty much be it, because 4 Zealots in that mix with those Zerglings, just so deadly. And it's just really unfortunate that these games couldn't have gone to a later game, but I think that's what Waterloo is specializing in. I guess that's what they like to do, is put on some early pressure. Doing a very, very nice job of doing it. I mean, it's apparent that it's a practice strategy for them, so they just are really proficient at putting on the early attack and attacking first and kind of taking your opponent off guard, and that's exactly what you need. Trying to get a Forge as well as a Cybernetics core, but it's just not going to happen. Zerglings in the middle line as well. Probes being pulled off the line to attack, but once these Zealots come in the mix, it's going to be pretty much all over. The Probes were able to take down the Zerglings, but unfortunately I don't think that they're going to be able to take down the Zealot army. One more Zealot popping out, getting surrounded almost immediately by Zerglings. And Zealots are pretty good against Zerglings. Zealots are really, really good against Zerglings. You see that these Zealots here, even better versus Probes. More Zerglings streaming in, and FUO, no GG. It's tongue face, and that's going to be it, guys. Lates.